Well, Mo, just over a week ago there was a lot of hot weather and we had a heat wave as well here in the east. And for businesses here in Wellingborough as well as residents, they suffered as a result. And today I've been speaking to a business and an organisation about the impact that the heavy rain and the flooding had on them.
After days of scorching weather, this was the result. Torrential rainfall caused flooding in the centre of Wellingborough. Rutherford locksmiths were one of the worst affected in this part of town and say fixing the drainage system could mitigate damages to shops in the future.
They need to take some sort of action. I'll be perfectly honest with you, we did have a chap come on Thursday from Northamptonshire County Council. He was very helpful, gave us some links to go on to put our part of how the flood we think started, etc., which we've done. But it does need addressing, and the climates that we're getting at the moment, we need it sooner than later.
For now though, they're taking measures of their own in case there's another flood.
As you can see, we have sandbags in place, which we're going to put down every night. I do think this is going to be something that's going to happen a lot more. It's going to be more frequent. Out the back, there's not a lot I can do out the back at the moment, but we are having somebody in to have a look at trying to put a watertight door, because we are going to try and do something with the warehouse now it's been flooded again, so to make it watertight if possible. But we were reassured that we shouldn't have this problem again, and it's occurred again.
Across town, Wellingborough Museum also suffered from the heavy rainfall. The Northamptonshire Archive Trust, who store their films at the museum, have managed to recover some, but many have been permanently damaged.
Water and film don't go together. It sort of erases the emulsion off there and you lose your picture. There's no way you can replace it. And we've got some very old film and some family film, so we're doing our best to salvage what we can. You can see the damage, but you can make out the images, but there are patches which are not viewable. They need all editing out.
For over 30 years, the Trust have inherited films like this when the first vehicles drove on the M1 in 1959, and it's footage like this which they say is worth preserving.
Got a film of a passion play that was put on by a church in Kettering in the 1930s, and and we've shown films before, and somebody looked at, oh, that's my dad or my uncle, and I've seen somebody on film that I haven't seen before.
Severe flooding like this has occurred sparingly over the last decade, and businesses here are still recovering and hope nature favours them next time round.
Well, as you saw there in my report, some of the damage that they've seen at the Rutherford locksmiths in particular, they're still trying to work out how much damage has been caused, and they're saying it's around £20,000. For many residents, they'll be hoping that the rain we're seeing today doesn't have the same impact that it had just over a week ago, and they're hoping it will be sunnier at some point and not the flooding.